Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the BFNL Netball Show for another week, bringing you everything happening in the BGT A Grade netball competition here in the Ballarat Football Netball League. Sean Kelly's my name. Joining me as always, my co-host, AFL Goldfields netball manager Kim Bailey. Kim, welcome to the Netball Show once again.
Thanks, Sean. Good to be back again.
It is indeed another great week of netball just passed in the Ballarat Football Netball League, and we'll have a look at some of the big talking points from the last week. And where can we start anywhere else but with the Bacchus Marsh A Grade team? Their first win since round 8 2014. So good to see the Cobras on the board.
Yeah, really exciting. I didn't realise it was that long since they've won a game, and who would have thought? They've been playing some pretty good netball at the moment. Yeah, so a 6-goal win over Mountain South, so they'd be really pleased. I received a late text from their coach who was coming back from Dean, who was coming back from Mackay. Very excited. He finished runner-up in his pool too. For the men's, I think, mixed indoor. So he was really excited. He had a really good week, and the girls, and it was good to see Susan Watson back playing.
Yes.
See that? Yeah. So
named as the goal shooter in their team of the year not too long ago, and back playing in the A Grade competition. She said that they were trying to get her to play, and she was resisting as much as she could. I was talking to her at the function that night, but they've obviously got her back into the team, and good to see her still shooting well.
I think she was actually back playing B grade.
She was playing B grade, yeah.
Yeah, but look, she's still good enough to play, even though she thinks she's too old. She's definitely not. But she thought she was...
Cap gun firing, it always happens once a year, so good to get it out of the way early on.
Okay, move on.
Lost for words, not often that happens, Kim Bailey.
I didn't jump on you this time.
No, that's right, I kind of expected it. I think I still blinked a couple of times, but it's on the slow-mo there, so we've seen everyone's seen our reactions once again, but we keep continuing on. Obviously, great win for Bacchus Marsh, as we were speaking about Susan Watson.
Yeah, so she shot 19 from 28 at 68%, but she provides that tall target, and Beck Power and Jamie Walsh was really good support for her underneath the ring. Really low scoring throughout the whole league really this week, which is really interesting to see. So, yeah, 30-36. Mountain South were actually up until half-time. They were up by a goal going in half-time, and then Bacchus just sort of put the foot down and 2 goals up at three-quarter time, and then come away with a 6-goal victory. So congratulations to everybody down there. And it's interesting, I spoke to Frank Pavlovic, is that how you pronounce it? And he come and saw me the other day about something else, and was really missing netball, and so he'd be very proud of the girls.
And again, he was the coach in their team of the year, so he got around all the girls that night. And I believe he actually had a very long night that night too, from what I heard. So
good on him.
We'll move on though. It smells like some sort of cap gun's obviously just been fired in here, so it's a little bit on the nose at the moment. But talking point number 2. Pretty close game between Sunbury and Ballarat on the weekend. Sunbury just getting the points in what turned out to be a pretty good game.
Yeah. Well, I actually tipped against Sunbury, so...
so did I.
Yeah, copped a little bit from that, but that's fine. I think the girls must have had a really good game. Both teams were a little bit undermanned. Ruby Parry wasn't there. Sorry, not Ruby Parry.
I was going to say, good thing Ruby Parry wasn't there, because she plays for Redan. Kelly Moran?
Kelly was there. Someone was missing. I can't remember who now.
Wilson.
Ruby Wilson was there as well. She played quite a good game and got in their best players. But Bacchus were up as well up till half time. So not Bacchus, just having a good day today.
I was going to say, he's rattled you, hasn't he?
He's rattled me. Ballarat were up at half time by 3 goals, and then Sunbury drew at three-quarter time at 19 all, and ended up winning by the 4 goals, 27-23. Now, Beck Anstey was away. Amanda
Cusack
played B grade, so she's made it pretty clear that she doesn't really want to play A grade. She's part of that B grade team. So that tall target they missed, but Kath Williams shot at 17 from 30 at 76%. And Laura Carlin come in for her first game, and I'm not quite familiar with her. I might have a look at Sunbury this week. And she shot 10 from 26, so she was more in that supporting role. Sunbury did have a new player, Sally Potbury, and I know Sally used to coach her at Hume. Little pocket rocket, and I think she's going to play every week.
Okay.
So that'll be a big plus for them to have another supporting wing attack after they they've lost some of their little mid-quarters last year. So she'll be a big inclusion for them. But you know, Abby Wilshire had a good game for Ballarat, and so did Katie Lindquist. But yeah, again, another low scoring game.
Yeah.
So yeah, interesting.
And we might see a bit more of that as the weather starts to set in, especially in Ballarat in coming weeks. Talking point number 3. Obviously, we break for Interleague next week. We're going to have a week off the netball show next week as well, because there's going to be nothing to talk about, because no actual Interleague game this year, as we've seen in recent years, due to the fact that we're playing a Metropolitan League who don't have netball.
Yeah.
The next representative game that the girls will play from a senior level will be the Regional FNL Champions Challenge match, which you've played in the last few years, up at Hisense Arena on the Queen's Birthday long weekend, I believe.
Yes.
Coming up against a team that they played last year, obviously from the Eastern region, the Gippsland Football Netball League.
Yeah, so the girls get a chance to play in Hisense again before the Vixens game, so it's a great experience. And actually, I was lucky enough to be able to sit courtside last year, and the atmosphere is unbelievable, as you were there too. I
was sitting right next to you.
Right next to me.
This year I'm in the stands, though. It sucks.
So you can imagine that for the girls to play in front of the crowd on the sprung court, what the Vixens play on, is amazing opportunity. Now, it's just because it's a long weekend, we have a couple of girls that are unavailable.
Yep.
Which is Mel Allen and the McCartan girls, and Molly Boyle won't be available. So Netball Vickers bring a couple of other players in. So Kate's working on that at the moment. You know, we got a little bit of a touch-up last year, so Kate McMahon, the coach, is really looking forward to extracting a little bit of revenge. And we have players that weren't playing last year, Loz Atkinson and Georgia Bibby, which will make our side a lot stronger in the goaling circle in particular. So yeah, really great opportunity for the girls to have to play in front of the big stage. It's an early start. I think it might be a 10:45 or maybe even a bit earlier.
Get there a bit early that morning.
Yeah, because it'll the Vixens I think play at 12:15 or something like that, and they need to get you off the court straight away, and it's very, very structured.
Yes.
So it'd be great if everyone's got a long weekend, come down, have a look.
Put it in the diary now. It's the 13th of June, I believe. Sunday, the 13th of June.
Yeah, I think it'll be really exciting to see what we can do, and hopefully, get a win.
Yeah, it'll be very interesting to see. 4th time lucky it'll be for the BFL in the Champions Challenge this year, after winning all 4 regional state league titles within the Central Highlands Regional State League / Regional VNL system over the last 4 years. Time to turn our attention to round 5 though, Kimmy, the last week before the girls get a bit of a rest next weekend in the BGT A Grade netball competition. And we started with a night fixture, or a later fixture this weekend. Sunbury taking on Melton South at Clark Oval. Sunbury will start fairly warm favourites with this one, but Melton South will probably have gained a bit of confidence after running Bacchus Marsh close last week.
Yeah, I think so. But I think it'll be a comfortable win for Sunbury. They'll have, as I said, they've got Sally Portbury in now, who's a great little player, and Becca Ann Steele will be back as well.
Yep.
They're so young, you know. As I said, Mountain South. They're all I keep saying to you every week. They're such a young team. So I think that Sunbury will have a comfortable win, and they'll go. I think they'll go 5-zip. I
think so. I think you're right. I think they're undefeated
great start
at the moment.
To the start of the season.
Absolutely flying at the moment are the Lions, as are Bacchus Marsh after their win last week, and they come up against a team that's had a pretty lean last fortnight, but we're looking to rebound back onto the winners list in the Ballarat Swans. This could be a very interesting game down at Mattingley Park.
Yeah, they'll have their tails up, I think. But I think Ballarat will get the victory. I think they'll be disappointed that they lost that game on the weekend. I just don't think they'll be able to stop the likes of Kelly Moran in particular.
Yep.
And Katie Lindquist is such a strong defender as well. Yeah. So they've got the tall timbers up both ends. They've got the posts.
Yep.
I think that the Swans will have a victory.
Yeah, Swans for me as well. Very interesting game at Wendouree Reserve this weekend. Some would say match of the round. Some would say almost match of the season as well. Lake Wendouree coming up against North Ballarat City. 2 teams very, very strong in the netball ranks. 2 teams that haven't lost a lot of games this year either.
Yeah, both haven't lost, I don't think. No. And I don't know if it can be the game of the season, because that first game with the draw,
was pretty good. Yeah,
it'll have to be a pretty good game. But this has got all the makings of being, if not better, but the equivalent too.
Yep.
So, North Ballarat had a really comfortable win on the weekend. Both teams really over Sabas on the Sunday, and Sabas is a much improved team.
Yep.
again, you know, Lakers have got some great players in there, but I just can't see them just getting over North at the moment.
As I keep saying about North Ballarat City, I'm going to keep tipping them until they give me a reason to tip against them. And
there's no reason.
Look, in the last year and a half, they haven't done that.
And Jordan Bibby is back, and she shot, I think, 49 for 58, so 85.
So she's up and about.
Yeah, so she's back.
Us talking last week about how we thought Sebastopol had the tall timber to combat her and everything like that.
She had an extraordinary game on the weekend, so I just don't think they'll be tall enough to stop them in defence.
Yeah, it's looking at North Ballarat City for this one for me as well. Interesting game here at the City Oval. Redan taking on Darley. Redan been okay in the last couple of weeks. Obviously, last week against East Point weren't too bad, but that's been their story against better sides this year. They haven't been too bad, but they've had lapses in certain quarters that's let them a bit astray. They take on a Darley side who are a bit improved this year, took it up to Lake Wendouree for a bit last week, and have shown that if sides are napping and if sides don't pay Darley the respect, they'll get them.
Yeah, and I think people need to show Redan a bit of respect, because it was only a 10-goal loss from East Point. So, you know, that'd be really, Cherie Collins would be really pleased with that result. I just think they're most probably going to be a little bit too strong for Darley. Emma Henry went down into goals last week and played a really good game there.
Nearly won the game for them, is what I heard.
Yeah, so, you know, that's the versatility that Redan have with having Emma. She can virtually play everywhere. So, yeah, I just don't think that Darley will be strong enough to get over Redan this week.
When you look at it, Redan 1-3 at the moment, but their 3 losses to East Point, North Ballarat City and Lake Wendouree, who are probably the 3 top sides, and they haven't been blowout losses either.
These next few weeks will be interesting to see where some of these clubs, like Sunbury, haven't come across any of those clubs yet, so it'll be interesting to see where they are with their change of lineup. So, yeah, and they've been thrown in the deep end, really, Redan, have they?
They have.
See how you go. And they've kept their head above water.
They've done pretty well. Obviously, they've only had Tasha Dack for half a game last week due to Sovereigns, and that changed their rotations a bit in the second half and everything like that. But they'll start favourites this week against Darley and should be able to get the win.
Yeah, I think so.
And the last game for the weekend, Melton taking on East Point at McPherson Park. Melton will have their coach back in this week, Renee Hulls, back from the indoor championships. Yep. They come up against a pretty strong East Point side, a pretty experienced side as well.
Yeah, and a very interesting clearance come through to me this morning.
Tell me.
Which from East Point for Kate McLeod. Now, for those who don't know Kate, she played for Burundara Genesis in FNL, and she's an absolute jet. Played championship and played for Macedon last year in the AFL.
Yes. Now it's come back.
Yeah, so massive get for them. She would most probably be one of the best defenders in the competition. She's just an extraordinary player. Took some time off for netball. My understanding wasn't going to play this year at all, and I see her name pop up on a clearance. So really exciting player to have in our league. She's, as I said, she's an absolute jet. And
she'll have played against Renee last year in the RDFL as well, so she'll know how to play her.
Yeah, she would. Yeah, so yeah, see how Halsey is. Maybe she might be a little bit tired from all that netball she's played, but yeah, I think East Point is just going to be far too strong. Yeah,
East Point for mine in this one as well. Kim, that's the netball show done for this week. As we said, we're going to have a week off the netball show next week. Like everybody else, we're going to have a week off to just recharge the batteries and get things firing up. We'll be back in a fortnight's time. Back here, I think Wednesday the 25th, I think it is, of May, around about that area. Correct me if I'm wrong. But
refocus. We'll make sure that our boss is not here.
Correct.
So he can't get us.
Or we'll make sure that he's at Arnold's Creek and we're here, or vice versa.
Yep.
And obviously some big junior netball to talk about in that next show as well, with some big tournaments coming up in that next weekend. Until then, Kimmy, thank you for joining us. It's been a pleasure as always. And as always, it's been a pleasure having you join us on the BFNL Netball Show. Until next time, we'll see you then.